We're gonna get drunk. I'm just.
That's a hell of a way to start. Welcome to the next Brewha. Bosch here with the one and only
Jed
and
good friend AJ.
Yeah.
And he was somewhere.
We'll have Miro show back up here in a moment.
Yeah, I'm back.
What are we doing tonight? Well, we're brewing some more mead. We're starting.
Because we fucked up the last one.
Yeah, we kind of did, but we've let it sit in a dark room. We're gonna try it again, see if it's changed.
I would suggest we actually start the night off with embracing our mistake. So move mugs out of the way, and I'll get cups.
Not use the beer mugs. We're also gonna drink lots of beer.
We have some of those, yes.
Always.
Just cup. So before we tell everybody, I guess what we're doing, we will suffer.
Yeah.
So this is blackberry mead with lots of random spices in it.
Yep.
And I say random spices because I didn't know that many fucking spices went into a mead. And I
three spices.
I distinctly remember you saying, "Hand me the spices." I was like, "Which one?" You're like, "You pick." I'm like, "No."
Yeah,
because
I started handing me shit.
Because I was like, onion powder? We're making eggs? I don't know what to do in this.
Wow.
So, wow, that was still going.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a little bit of smoke.
This is gonna be interesting.
Wow.
So we should definitely drink this before we drink beer.
We're tasting this. We're not drinking this.
Oh, we're gonna drink it.
I heard drink it more. There you go.
Christ, you're spilling it on the floor. Don't get the dog drunk.
On my toe.
Drunk.
Dewey is a mean drunk.
So.
It's also...
All right.
First off, I'm going to tell you from what Colin and I tested with this, it is high in tannins.
Yep.
There is also a particulate that is still part of the raspberry. You can smell the alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
It's gotten darker.
All right. Touche.
Touche.
Here's to a mistake.
That's actually better than it was before. I did not say it was good. It's better than it was before.
I mean,
I feel like we made a mead and left all the honey out.
Yeah, a lot of that.
Or maybe not enough honey. I don't know.
Like, it smells like a mead.
Mm-hmm.
It smells like one when you're drinking it. And then, like, if you do that whole thing where you inhale while you're taking the sip, like, you get the, I'm drinking mead. And then it hits your tongue and you're like, are you?
it's like barely berry.
Yeah, we thought more black. There is not. We somehow made a blackberry honey wine that does not taste like honey, and does
blackberry.
or tastes like blackberry. So,
And I feel like just because you just said raspberry out loud, it's the only reason why I taste it.
at least it's not LaCroix.
I mean, yeah.
I was picking up citrus
it's
notes though.
Yeah, it's
like,
citrusy.
Here's the thing. I'm not upset with this.
It's
I'm
actually
not-
better than when Colin and I had it.
Yeah.
I'm not super excited because it doesn't taste like blackberries. But I'm not upset. Like, I drink that. I would drink that, but that's mainly because I like to drink and it would exist within reach.
Oh, tell you
Are we actually still all in? As we all space ourselves out, the question is: are we all actually in frame? Because if I do this, my hand's over here by the honey pot. Because that's a new cam. We got a new setup here. We got 2 cams.
Well,
two cam Sam?
Yeah, we're 2 cams down.
well, why don't we go ahead and start getting the water rolling as we tell our audience what we're doing.
Someone hand me one of the gallons of water and
So
Kyle.
for this round, we're using bottled water because Greater Washita water sucks.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Aren't they owned by some random German company?
Like they straight suck. They changed my water to well water and his water to well water, and well water sucks a lot more than the old water, and the old water wasn't that great. So we thought maybe that was one of the reasons that the last one didn't turn out so great.
We've also decided to go back to basics, and I realized we were talking all of this stuff, and we haven't even told anyone what we're doing.
That's why I was going to say, tell everybody what we're doing while I'm pouring water into things.
So, we're going to take another shot at the berry meads tonight. We have some bags of raspberries there. And we have gotten our hands on a secret ingredient that we have been wanting to do for a long time. I don't know if you can see this, but this is a big old bag of blood oranges. We have been talking and discussing and wanting to do that for a while, so we're going to attempt a blood orange mead. Very curious as to how it's going to turn out. We also have some beers to sample, but I think we mentioned that early on. Right now, we're starting the second longest part of the mead, which is bringing the water to a boil.
We actually talked to Cannon. I went and talked to the old man of the mountain who lives in Mississippi where there are no mountains.
They have a hill.
Yeah. Well, if you dig down far enough, then you can call it now.
But we just need to actually raise the water's temperature up to high enough to actually dissolve the honey. We don't actually have to boil it, which will then speed it up. So,
Cool.
Did he say
Well,
what
we're-
temperature?
as long as it will dissolve the honey, you're good. So, we got that going.
Dissolving temperature.
So, the other thing is,
I get it.
we got our raspberries, and the thing with it is
Raspberries.
raspberry.
It says rasp on it, though.
Yeah, there's an L in salmon, too, that you don't pronounce.
Yeah, and there's
You don't
no R
pronounce
in
it.
kernel,
I love
so-
salmon.
Yeah, keep going.
Twitch's policy
salmon is a
non-violence will
color.
save you. Anyway, so we are using
Salmon is a
frozen raspberries, which, if you're going to put fruit in mead, freeze it first or masticate it in the honey to break down the cell wall. These have been frozen and thawed, and what we're going to do now is instead of putting them directly into the fermenter, which could cause mold and other stuff because eventually it's going to decay, is we're going to juice them. So,
We're gonna juice some raspberries.
Yeah.
so it's going to be almost like we're making jelly.
Yeah. It's gonna be
Which I've never done, so that's not a good
My hands
description
are
for me.
What was the difference between jelly and jam?
Because
One has fruit particles, the other doesn't.
So are we making a?
No, that's
We're gonna be putting it through cheesecloth.
yeah.
So jelly.
But I mean,
Nice.
I would say it's jelly because jam don't shake like that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so.
I'm sorry, that was painful. That was an old song.
Yeah.
good job. So we're just sitting here watching Hewitt or Miro do all the work.
This is the favorite part of a three-man job.
Yeah.
When the other three guys...
All right. So
Look, this
supervision
is
very important.
This is nothing more than an episode of King of the Hill at this point.
Yep.
So if while I'm doing this, if somebody wants to roll for beer,
I'll go
you
first.
rolled multiple times, so you get the first beer roll.
roll initiative.
But before you roll, we have to pick out which beer is
Yeah,
what.
you should probably decide which beer is which number, because like I'm gonna roll a 6 and you're like, oh, this was 6 when it probably should have been.
And so we start with the tall neck and then just go around clockwise. So this being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So
Cool. And I'm gonna roll a 1.
what's the first one we're drinking, gents?
it
The
is
bottle.
Combs Russian Imperial Stout.
Woo!
It's starting out strong. Let's see what it says. The words. Combs Russian Imperial Stout is a rich in flavor, aromatic, complex, dark, top fermented beer, lagered for 6 months. A specialty appreciated by beer lovers all over the world. When Combs is stored for 36 months, the beer changes its taste. Now you can decide how long your Combs will mature. They have a little chart here.
It's gonna be like on the other side.
Let me go fix something on the camera. You keep reading.
Alright. It has a little chart here. Glasses that's going from like light color at 4 months to dark at 36 months, saying fresh and roasted is that's 4 months, and then it goes to, as it ages, it goes to dry and complex.
Jed, get on this end of the bar. Okay, totally be a Bethesda NPC for a second.
I don't see
Now
no
just-
chairs.
Now if you'll just stand like right here. and then other folks there, and then I can do.
We're professionals.
We are professionals.
This is a new setup.
This is a setup.
That's what I was looking for.
Bushwhack.
I like how AJ's just staring very concernedly.
You seem concerned.
I like motor oil.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So does Miro.
The only glass that will.
Mama's making sure I actually gave you a hug.
Seems about right. They're all different sizes. You want more?
They always are. All different sizes.
All right.
Okay. As you can see by the color of this beer,
Oh god, that's
it's gonna
It's
be
very
good.
dark. I'll say this before we drink. As soon as I opened it, I could smell this.
It smells so good.
I'm smelling chocolate milk.
Chocolate, yes.
There's chocolate. There's a smokiness to it. But we gotta salute. We gotta.
Fine.
It's your go since you cracked it open.
Oh, well, here's the mead. That's not a mess up.
Mead this out of mess up.
Hey. That's nice.
That's a lot smoother than I was expecting.
You ever-
Almost creamy.
You ever
Yep.
drink something and think, my wooden mug might be affecting this drink? And then you're like, nope, it's not, because I drink out of this mug all the time. But just like, I tasted fire for half a second, like
No, it's
something
smoky.
was smoky. Yeah. And I was like, I was like, is this the mug? No, it's the beer.
It's definitely creamier than a lot of Russian stouts that I've had or Russian Imperials. Like Old Rasputin is still the benchmark for me. It's just can't get it. But this reminds me a little bit more of like a milk stout.
Yeah.
The mouthfeel, the flavor is a lot more chocolatey because there should be some like it's missing a burnt coffee note.
Oh,
See,
we did not note 12% alcohol per volume.
Now, also,
To be noted.
it does have a lot of carbonation in it, but that's probably because this is one of those beers that's sold individually, which means it sits on a shelf for a while until someone goes,
No,
Hey,
Me
I'll
and
try
my friends
that.
are gonna drink that.
So
when
I'm
they,
not.
once they get past all the like different versions of IPA from Clownhead or Clown Shoes.
I'm not picking up any of the smokiness. All I'm getting is like a cream liqueur.
A little bit.
Like this is very much a rich, smooth dessert wine.
You know what I?
Maybe not wine. It's a dessert drink.
It's definitely creamy. The amount that you could drink of this is gonna be
bottle's
that
too big.
one bottle, and that's you.
Yeah.
You would definitely
One
want to
bottle.
split this.
I did buy two, just in case, because a lot of times we always have two because the volume in the bottles and stuff. This is not one that. This is definitely one even I'd want to split. Like it's not off-putting, but that creaminess, and also again, when I hear Russian Imperial Stout, I have a standard.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Everyone kept saying creamy, so I had to go look and see if there was actually some kind of milk or cream. It was like something.
Yeah,
It's
I
not.
don't know what.
Are you not getting the cream?
I keep saying smooth because milk and cream are poison to me, and so like I don't want to say it has that. So I was like,
Oh no, I mean its mouthfeel is definitely creamy.
Oh,
It's
rich.
like-
and I'm
Yeah.
saying cream because it is sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
a
it has-
sweet taste.
has a good little
Yeah.
sweetness to it.
The
And oddly enough, like that first sip was smokier than the rest.
yeah.
And I don't know if that was just like a me smelling it at the same time thing, but
Maybe.
maybe. I don't know. I'm not an expert. I just drink.
Okay, so with the raspberries, we're going to need to let them reduce for a minute. Get this off of my nice maple tabletop. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is we are going to juice the blood oranges. So, I've done a lot of this, so someone will need to cut them in half, and someone will need to juice them.
I'm going to juice it.
Who wants to cut it? Because all we got to do is
I'm going to cut it. You moved it over here to where I'm supposed to stand anyway, so give me a knife.
Oranges.
I mean, give me a thing that's not a knife. They allow knives on this show?
Yeah, there's people who prepare food on this. Just don't do anything stupid with the knife.
You know what? I'll let AJ squeeze. Squeeze.
Oh shit, these are dark.
Oh yeah.
Look at that. That's almost inappropriate.
So how much juice do we need?
We're juicing the whole thing.
All of them. Dang.
Because if you look,
That's not oxygenated blood.
get the trash can over here. Fruit fly, no.
So, there's a good question about. I have seen both on the interwebs. Some people say you put the fruit in the juicer this way, and some people say you put it in this way. Which way is it?
I do it reversed because then it squeezes everything out.
Reverse.
Why am I doing this when I could totally add these to my compost?
That's a very good question.
I'll have a compost.
The fancy cookie box.
Yeah. So,
Not gonna lie, I kind of want to eat one.
No, you can grab one of them, dude, if you want, after it's been juiced.
I do. Looking at that, it's kind of.
Now, another mead we can try to make in the future, though, is you can do cherry and make Viking blood.
Cut it in half.
Yeah.
Oh.
A lot of people use cherry in a Viking blood style mead.
We're good. We're good.
Want to try a juiced part?
Not entire. Come on, get out of there. Come on,
Sometimes you gotta put your finger in it to really get it out of there.
Jed, we're on stream.
I'm talking about the juicer.
Jed, I have known you too long for you to know that.
You've known me just long enough. Just talking about Chad.
Well, he is a bad mother.
shut your mouth.
So, I'm going to step back and let someone else do this because I need to stir the raspberries. Because we're going to distill these down a little bit.
And while Hewitt's playing with his berries,
God damn it, Jed.
we should roll for the next beer.
Well, let's finish the...
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, one at a time. We got time.
Yeah, we got time.
So, while
I just really wanted to say the play with his berries part.
Even juice, those are still good.
They look really good. They smell good.
The kitchen
That's
does
probably
smell...
the thing that is.
This juice is so red. It's
It's-
so red. It's crazy. It's almost as if they should call these things like blood oranges or something.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm hoping that we don't lose any of that in the actual meat, because...
We're losing this AJ. We're losing AJ at the moment.
How are
So-
how'd you break the AJ?
He's like they
Making stupid observations.
Yeah.
Hey, here's the thing. We've got these bottles for these meads clearly labeled, right? Because one's gonna be raspberries and one's gonna be blood oranges. They're gonna be basically the same color.
That's a good idea.
Well, Mama always said I was full of something.
Tape.
Turns out it's good ideas.
I don't believe that for a second.
He said it was good
I don't.
ideas.
I mean, I think she probably finished that statement.
She just kept saying, "You're full of it.
Oh yeah.
You're full of it." And I was like, "What?" And she'd just look at me like I was dumb, and
on
I'd...
both of them. And we can write in what they are.
Sharpie.
I'm not doing it right. You can't
Sharp
read
hay.
it. I can't even read about it right.
Alright, so...
It's French. It's French. Sharpay.
It's French for permanent.
Blood mead. What's today's date?
The 31st.
31?
Yeah, it's the last day of this month.
Hey, it's the final day of open enrollment. Well, of extended hours.
What's
It's
that
not
mean?
technically open enrollment, but there are extended hours associated to
What does that even mean?
Medicare.
I'm about to say, is this a health insurance thing?
Yeah.
He works in the health insurance industry.
Do not. It's not real. I work in
Fake
IT.
news. He works in IT
Yeah.
for a health insurance company
Stop it.
that may or may not be in this town.
Slapping it everywhere.
He definitely changed shirts before he came over, so he couldn't be associated with that company. And I'm over here saying shit.
So right now, the whole kitchen either smells like raspberries
Nope.
or blood orange.
Yep.
That's blood orange. It's mostly blood orange.
Over here, it's mostly raspberry.
Well, we're not over there.
Yeah.
You come over here and stir this pot full of seeds then.
I'm not stirring your seed pot.
Do we want to strain the blood oranges at all? or-
We will.
Okay.
We definitely need to strain that through before we just put it into the stuff. I thought I had a mesh sieve. Oh, I do.
He does have a mesh sieve.
He doesn't even believe it. Trying not to shoot blood everywhere. I mean, blood orange everywhere.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
totally blood orange.
Blood ocean.
I think the next time someone makes an R-rated movie with lots of blood and gore, but they wanted to make like a PG-13 version, every time blood shoots somewhere, it's just to be a guy in the corner eating a blood orange. We're like, oh, not bad. There wasn't lots of blood there, just juices from this blood orange.
That's a weird Deadpool.
That's a weird Deadpool. That's a weird Deadpool.
Actually, just get
Ryan Reynolds.
Just,
Ryan Reynolds just gave you an idea for Deadpool 4. You know you're going to make one. You know you will.
Thinking, what
the only
company is
X-Men.
Deadpool 3 coming out with?
Well, in like Deadpool 3 supposed to be Deadpool kills the Marvel,
Deadpool 3 is
because that's what I would
so
like.
far what I know about it is that he goes back in time. The TVA that showed up in the Loki show are upset with him about it
Okay.
because he did go back in time in his last movie. And so, like, he keeps messing with time. TVA is all upset about it. And then he just, like, messes with the time thing. So he gets to talk with Logan and stuff.
See, I'm down for all this.
I'd be
It's
down
gonna,
if you
it's gonna
talked
be
with
rated
Loki.
R because you can't make a PG-13 Deadpool.
Yeah, it can't.
So the thing is, Disney doesn't make R-rated movies. It's legit. Disney does not.
Well, it's
make
going to be a touchstone film.
Is it touched? Okay, that was the original company. I'm saying is,
Buena Vista or whatever.
are they still going to be able to use the Fox movie
Oh yeah, they can totally use Fox.
Yeah.
since they bought the movie franchise?
Well, they bought the Fox itself. What?
Well, they bought everything but the news network.
Yeah, good.
So it's
Great. Am I just going to need to leave these over here to the side before they go out to my compost?
Wait.
Just set it off to the side. I need to wipe down the thing so we don't have sticky orange nonsense. Actually, AJ, would you wet a sponge?
you want this coarse one?
The spongy sponge.
I saw it. Whatever. I was like, wait.
Because I think we stained the wood. Damn it. Oh well.
Different thing.
You should have put your barman's whatever the polish on it.
Yeah. I did this all in mineral oil when I originally did it. I need to sand it and re-oil it anyway. All right, so if someone wants to hold it so we're still partly on screen and I'm not just doing this into a sink.
Look what they're doing.
Behind AJ.
It's over there. Right now, they're straining to get the particulates out of the juice because those tasty particulates can fuck up your mead and make it not so tasty.
Just stick that over in the other.
Technical terms. We're professionals.
Foreign objects.
All right, let's get the.
For an object, it's a
Let's
wrench.
get the carboy slash demijohn. Funnel. We have 1 cup of blood orange. So, since we don't ever write anything down, we got 1 cup of blood orange juice.
1 cup of blood orange juice. Fresh squeezed. Do we know where the blood oranges came from? Other than like Berkshire's?
It wasn't Berkshire's, it was Whole Foods.
Okay.
Okay.
Whole Berkshires.
So let's get that out the way, and we need to bloom the yeast. So, Kyle, if you get 2 bowls out.
Blooming the yeast is not as dirty as it sounds.
We're just going to wake them up and make sure they have enough food in them to be horny.
To do that, you gotta smack it around a little bit.
Exactly how it sounds. But whatever.
You smack it around a little bit. Use your mouth when you have to.
Get
it. You gotta get in there. You gotta get in there, man. Don't be afraid to get it on your beard.
Are these both the same thing?
No, I got Premier Classique, which is a red wine, and that is Premier Rouge. This will go in the raspberry because it is a
Rouge.
It's a Rouge.
But blood is red, so. Okay, fine. I don't know things.
We agree. Blood is red, and raspberries are red. And Rouge is red.
Stir the raspberries, please.
And
this one. Smells like raspberries.
All right.
Raspberries smell like raspberries.
Snozzberries smell like snozzberries. Roll for because I'm about to give these.
Okay.
I'm going to give these things a little bit of sugar.
Little bit of sugar. So, smack it around a little bit. Use your mouth. Get a little bit of sugar.
Then pour some water in there. Make sure it's good and wet.
Make sure it's good and wet. There's nothing dirty about this at all.
It only bounced once. Alright.
It's actually pretty impressive. 6.
What is our number 6?
Juicy.
Nope.
Juicy.
It's this one.
Oh, you're right. Juicy was 2.
0. Oh my god.
What is it?
It's
Protocol 0.
Imperial Stout.
You know what?
Oh,
You
shit.
roll, you read.
Alright.
Hold on. Don't keep doing that while I get the.
I guess I'll read when you roll to kind of even it out because you read when I roll.
Yeah.
Okay, so we wrote. We got Protocol 0. Which is,
Yeah, Protocol 0, Russian Imperial Stout from Flying Tiger.
Local.
Yeah, this is local.
We got a couple of locals in there. 3.
Shit, we didn't label the yeast.
No, we didn't. Which one was left and which was right?
I don't know.
You took. Hold on. Is this the first one?
This is.
That's the first one you took?
Yeah.
so classic mistake with every man. If you're
That
trying
one, I think,
to
is the,
trying to wake up
Rouge.
2 different yeasts, you gotta make sure to use the right name at all times.
Because we moved it away.
That's
If
true.
you call one yeast by the other name, you're gonna get in trouble.
God damn it, Jed.
You're welcome.
But, you know what? There's no mistakes in this.
No mistakes.
Unless you
No,
make
It
that top
could
that.
be flip-flop.
Yeah.
Who
No
knows?
regrets.
You should mix them both together and then pour out enough.
What happened?
The seriousness of that face was the best. It's just like,
No, they'll fight.
I don't want a civil war in my mead.
You can't invite them both to the same bed. They're not gonna be okay with that. They're never
I do
okay with
declare
that.
the rosé is invading. No reason.
Semi-bitter chocolate, roasted notes. Oh, chocolate and roasted notes are balanced in the palate with sweetness. Jeez, why couldn't they pick a better font than Chicken Scratch? Of Madagascar vanilla, brown sugar, and cocoa nibs.
So chocolate and brown sugar. It's gonna be kind of sweet, but it's also gonna be dark and
Dark
smooth.
We'll pour honey after we taste this. But we're about ready. We can dissolve it, and then once it's dissolved, we can cut heat and let it cool down a bit,
That's not your cup.
so we don't
I know.
get.
All right. You gotta split it between 4, man.
It's real pretty on the way it poured, though. And this one's carbonated.
Carbonated.
So was the last one.
I am carbonated. Well, no, the last one really wasn't. The other one was kind of flat.
You got a bit of head on yours.
I noticed.
Got a huge mouth and ended up with a little bit of head.
Yeah. Always after the sugar, though. You gotta give it the sugar.
After the sugar.
After
the sugar.
Sugar.
And so there's a reciprocating oralness.
Stick it over there with the... Well, I guess we leave it out. We didn't put the other one out here.
You did, and then you took it away.
Yeah.
I took it away because I was trying to read.
So,
Right.
I'll say, this one smells a lot more like a beer.
This one's a lot... It still has that deep chocolate note, right?
Yeah.
Alright. So, you've done one. You've done one.
What?
I said touche when we.
Oh.
You said to mead, AJ.
Oh, you said touche.
Yeah.
Mead. All right. To yeast.
Yes.
Yeah, yeast.
Activate that shit.
Without yeast,
Ooh.
none of this would be possible.
Less milky,
Yeah.
more chocolatey, coffee note.
The last one. It sounds awkward when I say this, but the last one tasted thicker.
Mm-hmm.
Had a thicker mouthfeel.
Yes.
This one also doesn't have that milky mouthfeel, leaving a film behind it.
This one.
It doesn't taste as
This
sweet.
one. Although
not.
it's still an imperial stout,
More drinkable.
I would not share this. This is mine. It's my can.
Oh, yeah.
I've killed a 4-pack of this in one night while playing video games and painting D&D miniatures.
9% alcohol
So-
volume.
Yeah.
Well,
I know I drank like one and while I was playing video games, and I was like, nah, this isn't a beer for this.
Was it a game you had to focus on?
Yeah.
Or something you had to pay attention to?
I
You weren't just linking it up, smashing things and stuff. It's
I play Valheim, so legitimately.
I wasn't playing Minecraft.
Yeah.
Without voxels or whatever it is.
Minecraft with Valkyries and shit. Vikings.
I'm just.
It's
You know what? That would be a good brouhaha. Is we're all drinking a beer and then we're just playing Valheim.
Video game stream. No, I'm impressed by the sheer difference between these two
Yeah.
beers, Russian stouts.
Woo!
This one's very much heavy on the dark chocolate side. I'm picking up a bitter very bitter note. That might just be the coffee, but I think it's a bit more bitter than than a coffee note would be. It's definitely a lot lighter.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to drink. And like you wouldn't think it's only 3% difference, but that 3% goes a long way.
Well, I'm also saying
the chocolate note, like this tastes way more chocolatey than this, this thing.
I think you got it backwards because I was picking up more of a cream liqueur out of that.
Milk chocolate, dark chocolate.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was about to
down
say.
with
I'm American, so
dark
this is
chocolate.
chocolate. This is bad chocolate.
It
That's
definitely has a lot more
the
dark
expensive
chocolate
only
to
in
it.
one location.
Why this chocolate don't have more
Why is this
cocoa
chocolate
butter
not
in it?
sweet? Why this chocolate not sweet?
So as you can see, Hewitt's now pouring all the honey into the pot. That's why we call it a honey pot. You gotta be quiet for that sound. That's a
I need somebody to start stirring.
that is a sound.
Where's the stir?
It is the solid, that one. Because the other one has been in the raspberries.
This going.
So is it really important to make sure you don't mix your stirs?
In this case, a little bit because of fruit. Not that I think, I'll be honest, I don't think the raspberries would overpower the blood orange flavor personally.
No, I don't know.
Is the bottle color different, or is it just the honey?
It is the honey coming out. It's a clear bottle.
Is this local honey?
No, this
No.
is Berkshire's honey.
Unfortunately, we didn't get any local honey.
Local honey has a very high price tag.
Local honey's $12 per little jar.
Where are you
Which-
getting your honey, man? Mine was like 14.
It probably is 14.
Well, okay,
Last time
so
I bought it was like a few weeks ago.
I bought it a while back.
Where do you get you get the same honey?
So you got the honey that
Yep,
I
that
get.
one.
Sammy's is usually $14 a bottle.
Yeah.
At the Ag Expo, I got one that is from Bastrop for $10.
Yeah, that's
so next time the Ag Expo comes by,
we're gonna buy all of their honey.
We just need to be extremely belligerent and buy all the honey, and then also go buy
honey don't go bad.
Also go buy the candy bacon stand.
Yeah.
And get told, sir, you cannot come back and eat any more candy bacon samples.
I did get one jar of honey for free because a guy who goes to my church has bees and said something.
We can also talk to him.
Yeah, and he said something about how, hey, you guys like honey so much, I'll get you a bottle of honey, and then, like 3 weeks later, I never brought it back up because I was like, whatever. 3 weeks later, he's like, I keep forgetting your honey. I was like, yeah, but it's all good. And then he got he didn't bring a little jar. He brought like a big old dead-gum pint jar, and I was like, sweet.
Yeah,
that's awesome. But
this is the only reason you'll get me to go to the Bible study.
Double stirring action right there.
Need honey.
All right,
we should have warmed up these bottles.
Oddly enough, the guy who has bees and therefore has honey, doesn't make mead. He makes ciders.
He makes good cider though.
Real good ciders. He just that's what he does. He makes ciders.
It's our best singer at the church.
I think that mead recipe cider recipe is a buddy of ours that used to work.
That's something we can attempt to do as a
cider.
It's real easy to do a cider.
He gave my wife like a bottle of 14% cider that basically tasted like apple juice.
That's dangerous.
Yep.
It's always dangerous. He made a thing for the kids one day where it was just carbonated Kool-Aid, but those kids destroyed that stuff.
Yeah.
Like the kids had a little 5-gallon keg full of carbonated Kool-Aid. It's best little thing. The funniest thing to see like a 5-year-old tapping a keg and like trying to shoot it into his mouth and be like, dude, you're not in college yet. Calm down. There's a specific time of your life where that is acceptable, and it is between 19 and 24 years old when you're educating yourself.
You mean 21? 21 and older.
20 years old and older if you're in Japan.
Yeah, I mean 21 and 24 years old.
Yeah, that's the time when
talking about college, but you're not supposed to drink.
You're not supposed to go to college then.
Prior to 21.
Nope.
It's illegal
to
go
Queen
to
Bleak, I'm very sorry we didn't pick up on that. The chat is not where we can see it.
Yeah. Who?
Someone was making comments
Queen
saying,
Bleak?
yeah, mead.
Yeah, mead. Right, mead.
I don't know if they're still watching
Was
yet.
that Queen Bleak?
Queen Bleak, yeah.
Yay! Queen Bleak!
Now everybody checks their phones.
Yep.
Y'all can.
I mean, we missed the chat.
That's the only problem with this setup.
But yeah, overall, good Imperial Stout. I like it. But I like most Imperial Stouts.
So
So
what we could do is just set up a laptop so that we just have chat out.
That is not a bad idea.
We're professionals.
For the future, we're professionals.
That requires somebody to have a laptop.
Yes.
I have one.
I have one.
I have one.
There's-
I have one that functions as the CAD for a laser. That's all it does.
I have
How are we looking?
We don't need to get up to a full bowl.
A full rolling ball. Don't need a rolling ball.
shut up, Jay. What are we
It's a
What are we trying to get?
We're getting bubbles, so that's good.
Sleep. You know it's working when they're all frothy.
Hold on. Turn the water back on. Then run you to use this for the raspberries.
Look at all that fibrousness.
Look it. It's all frothy and shit. See the bubbles? That's
Frothy
good.
is good.
That's good. You want that.
That means the yeast is awake.
It's been activated.
And it's doing its thing.
The sky is awake, so we used to deliver.
You're not. Yeah, the sky is awake, so
But the sky went to bed.
Here's the thing.
It's always
If it's not awake, you're not gonna have fun. She's not awake. She's not gonna have fun. Yep.
If you're saying what I think you're saying, if she's not awake, the answer's no.
Yeah. Not awake. The answer's no. Don't get any meat if it's not awake.
yeast.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't get any meat if she's not awake.
And nothing's gonna happen.
No.
Okay, so
Don't matter how much you smack her around.
we're gonna need to. I don't know, y'all.
So-
Somebody else's opinion on here, because my wife is the one who makes all the jellies.
I don't make jellies.
That's not thick enough. Keep it going.
Well, we don't want it to be thick.
Oh.
We want to reduce it a little bit.
Thought we liked it thick.
Yeah, well, if we reduce it to thickness, we're making jam, not getting raspberry liquids.
Okay.
Well,
Okay, we're actually.
you didn't add any more pectin in there than what's just naturally in the fruit itself. So I don't think you're gonna make any
I mean, I think
jelly
we
out
can
of
just
it.
turn off the heat and then let it cool a little bit.
We'll let it cool a little bit, and then we will consolidate.
So, where are we sitting at on everything?
So currently, where we are at is AJ's off camera. AJ is now all the camera.
Every camera.
So we have juiced the blood oranges and
Yep.
put that into the carboy. We have blooming yeast, which means it's going to be ready for us to dump in just a moment. We got honey that I think for the most part,
It's fairly dissolved in hot water.
fairly.
Fairly.
So I think I've turned the heat down anyway, so that we can fully get dissolved. I think it'll be fully dissolved after another beer,
Okay.
and then we can start the process of I wish I had my thermometer still. I don't know what happened to that thing, unless it's.
Hey, where are your dice at?
No.
No, we're gonna switch to a D4 because there's 4 of them.
That's a good idea.
It's called
Still
math.
going
Still gonna,
clockwise.
yeah, we're still gonna count it the same way. We're just switching to a D4 so we don't have to deal with
we didn't like change anything. This is still 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, but now we don't have.
Yeah,
Yeah, but now we don't have like 1 and 6, which are re-rolls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thermometer's gone. It did not make the move, I'm assuming. All right, so all of y'all have rolled. Is it my turn now?
It is your turn.
1.
1.
All right,
Juicy.
Josie.
Another beer from Flying Tiger.
Another one from Flying Tiger, a local brewery here. Juicy. Juiciest beer around, with a lady wearing a old school 50s style jersey style sweater jacket with no pants. I'm assuming they're saying something because they put 1 pint at 6% alcohol by volume by the booty. Juicy. A juicy. Adjective. Succulent. Interestingly scandalous. Synonymous. Fascinating. Lurid. Temptingly appealing.
On the back of some of my sweatpants.
Juiciana, a juicy beer series from Flying Tiger. All the government warnings that say you should not do this. Canned and kegged in Monroe, Louisiana, using the patented new style stickers.
Yay.
So, this is a IPA.
This is our palate cleanser.
This is sort of. Everybody get your cups over here. Your IPA.
I'm getting notes of pops.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, millennial.
Alright.
Well, my.
Well, so you said touche. You said
For the meat.
for the mead. You said for the yeast. I'm going to steal Jed's line from our D&D campaign. For titties.
The titties! Titties are great.
Tatas.
I got those.
They're awesome.
Did you almost shoot beer out your nose?
It's Lena. They're awesome.
I'm going to have to go back and rewatch the VOD of this and clip shit. Like, the only clip I have is, we're getting drunk. It smells like an IPA, which means there's a pine forest. There's some grass clippings. However, as an IPA, this is extremely drinkable. Mm-hmm. Like this, I'll be honest. West Coast IPAs are obnoxious, and they're like, "Hey, do you want to eat pine tar? No, I don't. Do you want to know what Dr. Squatch soap tastes like? No, I don't.
No.
This beer tastes like that, and now you know this." I'm like, "Why West Coast?"
So this is
they use that soap in the making of their beer.
It's not overly hoppy. It's not overly anything. It's just good. It's good.
So
beer.
There's a little citrus to it.
That's why it's juicy.
But it's like a light citrus.
Yeah.
That's what. There's been a citrus juicy. There's been a blueberry juicy. There's been an apricot juicy.
Yep.
Apricot
juicy was really
juicy.
good.
Juicy IPAs put more fruit juice in them. Like we've had a juicy before on here. We've not had this juicy before. And the beer, the dude who used to brew beer in large amounts, it's Cascade hops that are in here.
Yeah.
Cascade and Calypso. So that is not bad. That is a decent lawnmower beer.
It's good. It's really good. I love the fact that it comes in the pints jar, mainly because when you're and this might be just a me thing. It might be a dad thing. I don't know. But when you're like, I'm just gonna have one beer, and you get to have a whole pint, it feels so much better. Like I get away with something, but it's a good lawnmower beer. What was that?
You're better than me on that because I don't
6%.
I don't have to justify getting away with a beer. It's like if we go to a restaurant, I'm going to drink a beer or two beers and then stop because there's driving home to happen.
Yeah, I tend to not drink beers at restaurants because they charge the amount for a 6-pack, and I'll just buy a 6-pack and drink it home.
I will do it. I will do it at a restaurant that has something.
No, we're live.
Grab that.
We're live.
Grab that on the way home. That's where I'll drink it.
Remember, folks, don't drink and drive.
Do not
drink
drink
responsibly.
And drive. Though we do come from Louisiana, that is home of the road beer.
If there's tape
and
over,
the drive-through.
If there's tape
daiquiris
over the top of
It's
the
not
daiquiri,
open
it's
container.
not open.
Yeah,
It's not open.
That's on the leak test.
If your straw is still in the paper, it's on the fucking leak test. Oh fuck! It took a second to hit, like he said it, and I was like, "Yeah, the leak test. What the fucking leak?"
Oh,
we do. We all passed that leak test. That was the thing we did. Can you fail a leak test?
Yes, you 100% can. And then you go to summer school and they make you take it again. And if you fail it like 2 or 3 times, they'll just go ahead and say go on to the next grade.
There's no child left behind.
No, it's all children succeed now.
Same thing.
Yeah, it is. They've renamed it.
You can't rebrand something like that.
Dude, they've rebranded so much bullshit in education.
That's just the dumbest. Why are you gonna rebrand something that was? It means the same thing. It means
Because then you can't sell a book. Because if you do the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s of education, that's great. But then you need to make another book, but you don't have any new teaching ideas, so you call it the peanut butter jelly of education.
Oh.
And then you need another new idea, so you call it the full cooperative education. None of this is a new idea. It all restates the exact same thing, which is why every time they hand me one of these books, I skim through and look what the buzzwords are, and I already know what it means.
Yeah, I do that.
So,
I used to do that.
It's all Mojo Jojo creating great.
Yes, 100%. Like, this is me as an educator.
Do not
The actual
reinstate.
The people in charge of education per state, the BESI boards, the boards of education, know less about education and what happens in a classroom than some of the parents in the state. And that is why, for the most part, we do what they tell us to do until they change the plan in 3 years again. So all of us go, yeah! And then 3 years, we're doing something new. Yeah! And they're like, have you done anything different in your classroom? No! Did you teach them this form of math? I'm social studies! And they go, not paying attention to you anymore.
Yeah!
Wait, do you teach American history? Yeah. Paying attention to you? No! However, they're switching it to civics because they've realized what happens when you allow 2 generations of people to have civics taught by a football coach.
That's a bad idea.
Civics is very important. You should know full well and have a complete understanding of how your government works in each individual branch.
And teachers should be hired first, and then decided that they could coach, not the other way around. You shouldn't hire coaches. You shouldn't hire a coach and then say,
hold on. Coach O.
Let me finish. You shouldn't hire a coach and then later decide, we need a teacher. He can teach. You should hire teachers. You could hire coaches. Sometimes your teachers can coach.
That doesn't make sense.
So hey, here's the thing though.
You're applying logic to a place that doesn't.
Okay. Here's the deal. By law, all coaches have to be certified teachers in a course field. Most of
this.
Most of the time it's kinesiology, which means PE.
Yeah.
But every coach has to be certified as a teacher if they are a full-time coach. You do have some 3 o'clock coaches that work off campus and then come in and assistant coach on a football team for a small stipend. Every coach is supposed to be certified to teach. Does that happen all the time? No. However, all the ones I've worked with since I started teaching that taught a subject area, not PE, were certified in that subject area and had a degree connected to it or a certification. With the exception of Coach Sistrunk. Coach Sistrunk was certified in tractor repair, and they gave him civics, they gave him world geography, knowing that it was the least damaging subject they could put him in. But every kid that went through his class knew how to fix a V6 engine on a tractor.
That's world geography tests.
That's not
I like that they know that because I don't know how to do that, but that's not on the test.
You can tie it in.
By the way, world geography is not taught anymore. World geography is not taught anymore. Everybody got Google Maps. That was the state's logic when that was voted on.
That's unfortunate.
That's not.
You should kind of know.
Roll the dice.
Places are.
Did I break everybody with that?
So
no.
That hurts.
And relating to your, they don't really change the curriculum. They just change the wording or the title of the book or whatever. So I grabbed the D6 this time, so you can just count to 4.
3,
as a 2.
4. This should be our number 4.
This is the other IPA. Let's get off education because I will break you.
No. I wasn't going to go into education. So this is a thing about sales because I've been in sales forever. I have my own business now, but I'm still selling stuff. But in sales, every single person I've ever worked for is like, we got to read this sales book. We're going to go through it together. And every sales book I've ever read has been the same stuff, different buzzwords, but it's the same kind of stuff. To the point to where I've decided I'm gonna write a sales book. I just like let me get a year or two, and I've got over 20 years worth of sales experience. I own my own business. I now wrote a book. I'm gonna do it.
Let me advise you on one thing for your book.
What?
The cover needs to be you in a suit, but you need to have a funky tie.
Yeah.
It's got to be like ducks.
Probably. I'm gonna have it cut off here so don't see the top half of my face because I feel like that's good. But also, here's the thing that I'm gonna do for my books is all my sales books are gonna be workbooks where the back of each chapter has a part where you have to write into it and like everyone puts their notes in, so you have to rebuy it if you want to go through it again next year with your new employees because your turnover is so bad. Smart. That's why I'm a good businessman.
Well, tell us about Holy Roller.
Oh yeah, I should probably read about it, huh?
Yeah. Read the words.
Holy Roller, a soft and juicy IPA for all of us caught between best intentions and bad behavior.
It's oddly sexual for no reason.
This is 6.3 alcohol per volume. Independent craft. I bought this because it was on sale and had a cool can. That's basically it.
Who's actually the brewers?
Urban South Brewery.
Where are they located?
They are located
in New Orleans.
In New Orleans.
Yep.
Good shot. Good shot.
There's actually 3 breweries in New Orleans, and somebody keeps talking about bringing back Dixie.
Like the song?
No,
or the chicks.
No. Bringing back Dixie Brewing that had Dixie beer. However, Oh.
Did I get you enough?
No.
Take some of mine.
Hold on. There's another one in the fridge, though.
Yeah, break another one out.
Seems like a lot.
I like this one. I don't have a problem with it.
Oh, okay.
Also, this is our first not pint can, so like we're missing a few ounces.
Put it on the other side of the microphone. It's getting unbalanced.
You're unbalanced.
Also, someone is okay. So I think Coors owns Dixie, or one of the brewing company owns the name for Dixie. So you can actually still technically
Sounds like Coors.
you can technically get Dixie, just not in anywhere that is named or part of
Dixie.
Dixie.
That's weird to me. Like,
Also, one of them still owns Jack's Brewing.
Well, like,
Someone bought the name for Jack's.
because Coors bought that Third Shift
Yeah.
brewery,
Now
which was like part of their. It was like, oh yeah, these guys decided to brew their own beer.
Well, here's the problem though.
Afterwards.
We can't actually get Third Shift here anymore. Third Shift, Batch 19, which Batch 19 was good. We can't get those because Coors doesn't distribute some of their smaller artisanal brands nationwide anymore because it was too expensive to send it.
Okay. All right. So back to me on toast.
Yep.
It's the only toast I've memorized for my entire life of 35 years. A toast to those who wish us well. Everyone else can go to hell.
yeah.
Hey. Now this is a fuller IPA. The fruity flavor is not there.
I'm going to
Damn it, AJ.
I actually didn't talk about the smell.
Like it's
It smells like an IPA. Again, I'm getting pine and citrus. That's like the
Citrus. Yeah.
lots of citrus, lots of citrus,
Floral.
not a lot of like fruity flavor, but the citrus is there.
I'm with you on the floral.
It's more hoppy than the last one to a point to where like
The Calypso comes more
Smells
forward
like
in that
you're walking
because
through, like a fucking garden.
okay, so
It's like
let me go ahead and say
Yeah.
if you get Cascade hops, like if you get
It's
the
like maybe
Cascade hop pellets,
overgrown.
Yeah.
or if you ever
Yeah,
get the
that's what it is.
Cascade
It's like
hop bundle,
wildflowers and
This-
overgrown bushes. And
the smell of Cascade is pine and citrus.
Yeah.
Calypso makes you think if the cops caught you with it, they're going to assume something about you and search your car. To
what
be
are they
fair,
assuming?
they're going to assume it's weed. Because Calypso
I
smells.
thought he was gonna bounce around.
Mary
those
Jane, the devil's lettuce.
Oh, on that note, I need to tell you a funny joke that you'll laugh at.
So it's a funny joke, and I don't laugh at it. We have a different definition of funny joke.
We're playing one of our Monster of the Week games. I can't remember which one it was, and Claire posted up the image of the "Don't Let Your Meat Loaf."
Yep.
The sign off we always do, and it had a sausage behind it. And I went, "That's a wiener," and just moved on past it like, "That's a wiener," and I just keep going without doing that. And then all of a sudden, someone goes, "The devil's boudin." And I was like, "You can't get to heaven with a handful of the devil's boudin."
We have new words. We have new phrases for things.
Come on, you can't. I feel like that would be a great T-shirt to make, because you can't get to heaven with a handful of devil's boudin.
That's
Yeah,
so
if I
it's
were-
perfectly sexual, but you just have like a bunch of boudin on your shirt, and it's like that's
I
great.
don't think that's a good idea.
No, no.
The only thing is, like, I would try to market that to Christians heavily,
Why?
Wait,
because
which?
It's not your target market.
no.
Fine.
Here's why.
That
Here's
sells
why.
great at a head shop.
No, it
Not at the
would.
Christian
No,
bookstore.
It would, but not a Christian bookstore. You follow up all these like doomsday, false prophet style bullshit televangelist preachers that always have like the
Benny Hinn?
Okay, yeah, the ones that like give money to the hell houses at Halloween that always made me laugh.
What? Okay.
Okay, you know what a hell house is? You don't know what that is?
Continue.
Okay, a hell house, they used to do them all over here, especially when First Pres was big, is they would make a Christian haunted house that it was just people going to hell.
Oh.
So it's like a gay couple gets married and gets hit by a truck,
Dun dun
and
dun.
then they're in hell. A lady has unprotected sex
It goes
Hell!
and goes to hell. This is the one that got me.
But
One
I'm
gets
married.
That's adultery.
No, that one never was in there. That one was never in there.
Heaven.
He was born again.
Born again. Born again.
No, the one that always made me. This is the one that made me laugh really hard because this is the one that's wrong. This is the one that's wrong. This is the one that's wrong.
We're 15
okay, well, one, hell houses are wrong because hell houses are fucking stupid.
Agreed.
Because
just found out about them. Already against them.
Okay, these were like big in the 90s when like the super cool like Bible Man bullshit, the VeggieTales resurgence. Still love VeggieTales. Mostly because you got to acknowledge all those fruits know they're going to hell because they say he died for you and you're special and you'll go to heaven. It's like they fully acknowledge, but Bob the Tomato's going to hell, little boy. Right down with Ozzy. But in any case,
VeggieTales and one fruit.
So this is the one that. This is the reason I started laughing. I got asked to leave the church that's over there on Oliver. That's got like 2 Pokestops at it.
Yeah.
Whatever one's right behind the Citgo. That one had one that was Dr. Kevorkian's second morning after clinic. So it's Dr. Kevorkian the abortionist. And everybody's like, oh no, it's an abortion. She's going to go to hell. I'm sitting there. I got kicked out laughing because like you go into a place that says Dr. Kevorkian. Y'all couldn't have thought of anything. Also, this isn't going to, no, she doesn't go to hell. That's her body, her choice. What the fuck? Like, I'm like a 16-year-old going, what the fuck? But you got Dr. Kevorkian, so I'm going to laugh at this because you all fucking stupid.
So, you want to talk about the beer?
In case, the whole thing is hell houses are stupid. And the reason that I would sell, you can't go to heaven with a handful of the devil's boudin, is because the people that think that's a good idea would buy it and think they're being edgy Christians. And I'm over here realizing you're talking about just holding sausage. You're trying to
again. I think it'd sell better in a head shop. But
I'm also the one that wants to like it's like
we're having a discussion about a shirt we're never gonna make. Farted.
You haven't stopped.
No.
And you say we're never gonna make it.
All this talk about boudin makes me want some boudin.
Yeah, and we're sitting here drinking this beer that we have yet to talk about.
It just tastes like the last one.
I like it.
It's a decent IPA.
It's a good IPA.
It's a decent IPA.
It's got a good little fruity note to it. It has lots of citrus.
I was trying to throw them a bone because right now it just seems like the consistency is it's an IPA.
Okay, let me go ahead and say this.
If you've had an IPA before you've had this, there's nothing new to it.
There's nothing. Okay, it's not bad. It's nothing to write home about.
Wait, you said it was
we have also drank this.
How many come in a pack?
6-pack.
Six pack?
Okay, that's pretty good.
All right.
Okay.
You know what? It wins me over. I buy that.
$10, $12.
$10.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
See, and I bought it because it was $8.99 on sale.
Even better.
Even better. You know what? That'll get you drunk.
Too true.
Oh, as
Still hot.
my buddy used to say, this will do its job.
That'll hurt.
Do your job.
Get some cold water ready.
No, we're not going to do any cold water because we don't actually need to with this. We did overheat the honey, or we did get it hotter than we probably should have. It's just that if we boil from now on, we're moving into the faux braggot category where you caramelize the honey more and you make a darker mead. Also, if we ever make a braggot, we're going to also need barley, because here's the deal when you make a braggot. There are three things that can happen when you make a braggot. The faux way, because there's 2 things that happen when you make it the original way. One, you make it right, or it explodes.
I feel like
you put the honey.
I like this idea.
I feel like we skipped a step somewhere.
Okay, there's 2 options. You make a thing that you could drink, or something explodes.
So
this sounds like
traditional
the most Michael
braggot.
Bay
Sounds like
bullshit.
Man TV from back in the
Spike
90s.
TV? What the fuck?
Yeah.
So a braggot. If you make it traditionally, you put the honey in the vessel and start caramelizing it, and then add water. If you do not put the water in at the right moment, you make explosive napalm because honey sticks. If you make it right, you have just released a special type of honey or sugar crystal that is going to give you a really deep amber mead, and then you also add barley to it. Now, if we make it the way that most people make it now, of you boil the water and reduce the amount of water and you over caramelize the honey, you make one of 3 things. Either you make a braggot, which is more honey than beer, or you make a beer that's more honey, or a honey beer that is more beer than honey, or you do this a royal mess up, but it's one of the best options is you accidentally make a barley wine, which can be 22%.
22%? Can you? What percentage do you have to have to power a vehicle? Because I feel like we're getting up there, son.
It's not the percentage. It's the alcohol type.
Okay. Well, one of the problems with that would be the system that actually the pistons would shake the car because.
What if they already do?
But they're gunky.
Oh well, yeah.
Just get
Well, that was like the problem with the self starter.
Yeah.
Like the electric starter, they were having trouble with trying to figure it out with regular gasoline. That's why they put lead in it, because it made the vehicle stop shaking.
Huh. All right, so I think with the raspberry
step.
Huh?
Let's get over to the next step.
So somebody get the pot with the raspberries.
Pot with the raspberries.
We are getting out cheesecloth.
There's a lot of cloth.
Very little cheese.
How much cloth do you want?
Let's see, how wide is it?
It's from the mountains of Caucasus.
It's 36 by 3 yards.
Fairly Caucasian. Puts raisins in a lot of its food where raisins doesn't go.
Bro, what the fuck are you even...
You asked me how wide it was.
I said how wide.
Wide.
Cut it here?
Scissors. Oh, you got... Yeah, you just go ahead. Your body's blocking that.
Okay.
That vicious, not vicious weapon.
Where's... Wait, board.
Hey, no.
Okay.
Look at the things. It's mesmerizing, isn't it? Yeah.
It's perfect.
Smells really good.
Just roll it behind itself.
So we're gonna pour this.
It's 2.
Well, yeah.
Through
it's a tube.
the cheesecloth.
Yep.
To once again get rid of the particulates.
Okay, so we're not gonna worry about that yet. AJ, we're gonna end up double straining this.
Double straining.
Okay, so
I don't have a camera over there.
we don't, but oh wait, it's not.
Describe in great detail.
It's
what
not a
you're doing.
tube.
Yeah.
So it's not a tube, and we're
Well,
going to
it is a tube.
Do you
Tubes
wanna
can
double
have holes at either
end.
end.
Because we're gonna end up double straining. Get your hand out the way, because this is about to be fruity napalm.
I know. Where's the... So we know you folks at home can't really see what's going on.
You're just seeing our glorious bums.
Well,
They
we're
are glorious.
scraping all of the raspberries out of the pot.
They're scraping
straining
all
it
the
with
raspberry out of the pot.
cheesecloth.
AJ's
Into
over there
the
being
cheesecloth.
director commentary.
See? So now it's empty. Look what I did.
Look what he did.
Tastes like raspberries.
I don't believe you.
Are you sure that it doesn't taste like snowberries?
Taste it.
Stop
Raspberries.
it. Come on, spin.
It's very sweet and sour going on there.
Not getting nearly as much juices as we do from the
Is it
oranges.
still hot?
It's not as hot. I just gotta keep twisting because now we gotta press.
Ah.
And this is, oh god, it's so goopy.
So this part of the process is messy.
Yeah.
I heard it was goopy.
You gotta get your hands dirty.
I'm gonna say this. It feels weird,
Should we have doubled up on the cheesecloth?
probably,
It
but
also looks really weird.
It's okay. You're gonna strain it again, right?
Yeah.
you don't want to feel this.
That's a really weird thing to hear.
You don't want to feel this.
You don't want to feel this.
Now, I am intrigued.
Now I want to feel it. Like,
You had my curiosity.
when you
Now
said
you
it,
had my
when you
attention.
said it feels weird, I was like, man, glad it's not me. Now when you say, oh, you don't want to feel this, motherfucker, now I do.
Yeah. Man,
Guess who's up next?
let's Let's figure this out.
Would you get a bowl? Because the cheesecloth has failed.
Yeah, we should have doubled it.
Oh,
I thought you were going to put the
bottom
cheesecloth
doors.
in the sieve so that you could hold it into an object.
I thought about that, AJ. I did.
Okay.
But the cheesecloth was supposed to be some kind of cut another length of it. Somebody grab this just bowl of regret.
How much you want?
all of regret.
Hold on. Grab the bowl of regret. Let me wash my hands.
How much cheesecloth do you want?
Yes.
Yes.
This much?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I agree with it.
You not have a cutting board.
I had a little bitty one.
Yeah, what?
Jed,
Where'd it go?
You can fill the actual raspberries.
Is it in the sink?
I want to wash my hands before I put it.
Oh no, it's right in front of it.
No, that's not it.
That's the lid to the thing.
It's like
To
a
the
cutting
compost
board.
bin.
Where's the trash can?
It's over
Okay,
there.
so that was a mistake.
Nah,
So
man.
let's get the sieve. So you're gonna rinse your hands. Backing up.
These are just
Back it up. Back it up.
just leave it kind of doubled up on itself.
I don't have any nitrile gloves for you
Okay,
because
sorry.
we don't know who's allergic to latex.
Okay,
So
so
pouring it in there.
pour it in there, and then we will mush it through.
I feel like I missed it half the time.
I mean, hey, look, we're getting juice.
We're getting juice.
So what you just need to do is do a little bit of you can fold it over, yeah, like that. You don't get a hold of a soggy sack of raspberries like I did. That felt weird.
It sounds like an insult from back in the day.
Here's you soggy sack of raspberries.
You're just a soggy sack of raspberries, you.
How?
So,
This guy's nothing but a soggy
dare
sack of
you,
raspberries.
what we've done this time is we've got it in the sieve with the
Lift it up a
cheesecloth,
little.
and we're pushing the liquids through with the cheesecloth, not just dumping it all in there.
And squeezing
Um,
it with hands.
I got this one.
Okay.
So the cheesecloth looks thick. It's been folded over on itself like 4 times. It's actually really thin.
Yes.
Yes.
It's warm.
It's like body temperature warm is what makes
It's
it
warm
weird.
in a weird way.
Like it's just the same temperature as if you were touching your own arm. That's why it's weird, right?
Yeah.
Like if it was hot.
Wait, you guys never seen?
What the fuck?
I'll turn away from the mic.
Are you clipping something, Kyle?
No.
I thought Kyle was gonna go clip it's warm in a weird way.
It is.
Hold on, Jed. Let's
Just checking chat.
It said it's
we're
warm
about
in
to
a
start
weird
getting
way.
particulate, so wipe down the sides. Wipe down the sides because we're getting the seeds.
When do we wipe down the sides?
We're gonna have to do this multiple times.
I mean, no, we're doing this once to get the juice. We're not necessarily going to get an absolute ton of. And as long as we reduce 90% of the particulate, we're good.
I feel like we have reduced 90% of the particulates.
So I think we might be good.
'Cause
What do y'all think?
right now, the
Are you
amount of
making a
juice.
puree?
Yeah, I'm making a puree.
Hold on, you want to run water through it like a tea?
You want to dilute it?
No,
No, okay.
that's not what you're saying about wiping outside. Oh, it's delicious.
You do not eat the forbidden cheesecloth.
I'm gonna put it in my mouth and suck on it though.
What about the forbidden tuna?
No.
That's explosive.
Okay, here you go. Before we put anything else into the juice, just flip that over. And I got it. You can.
Nice.
Should put all that in the compost thing.
We should have put that in the compost thing.
Did someone grab this trash can?
Got it.
all of that, we got
About a cup of juice.
Yeah.
juice.
Juicy.
Juice.
So let's
which
get the funnel and let's add it to the.
It's not as red as the blood orange.
No, get the.
Yeah, get that one. We will add the juice to it. Hold on. Pick everything up real quick.
He's learning from his mistakes.
Yes.
Shut up, Chad.
Yes. All right, hold the phone.
It's a circle of life. Raspberries go into the carboy.
I feel like we got less.
We're not too far off. Okay, just stick that over in the sink. And now our yeast has been proofing and has a nice fuzz.
You want a frothy yeast. That's how you know it's awake and ready for action.
Well, make sure
watch how much more it's bubbling now.
Well, make sure it's got a nice buzz to it because otherwise it's not mature enough for action.
Okay. Next.
You want to rinse that one out?
Yep.
Because you can't mingle your different yeasts.
Yeah, somebody got real fucking mad at me.
Don't intermingle your
Everybody
yeast.
says it was mad. I just raised an eyebrow.
So
All
this
right,
is
The Rock.
really
The Rock.
bubbly.
Bubbly.
Old
Yeah,
people's
bubbly.
eyebrow.
Fermented. Not fermented.
The old people's eyebrow. Well, you're not saying The Rock is like a boomer wrestler? I remember when The Rock wrestled Stone Cold. Okay, boomer.
I remember when The Rock was small.
Rock was small at one time.
No, remember when The Rock was like super bowed, but he still had a gut because that's how wrestlers were built?
Yeah.
And remember when Lesnar showed up?
Remember when The Rock made a good movie that didn't also star Kevin Hart? Because I don't.
Man, there's the score.
Come at me.
That is true.
Yeah, you're right. That movie does exist. I said good movie.
Okay, hold on.
Come at me, The Rock.
Are we talking about The Mummy 2 with the Scorpion King, or are we talking about the actual Scorpion King movie?
I think The Mummy 2 is the...
The Mummy 2, The Scorpion King. That's the name of the Mummy 2.
No. The Mummy 2 had the Scorpion King in it.
For a second, and it's super... Okay.
For half a second, it was
You gotta love
super
the
CGI.
you gotta love the PlayStation 1 graphics of the Scorpion King when he shows up.
Do you have to love the PlayStation 1 graphics when the Scorpion King
Yes,
comes
because
up?
it was supposed to be scary.
It was pre-rendered graphics. It made the system look so good.
Here's the thing.
PlayStation 1 was
It's
so
graphics
epic.
like that from movies in that time period, which makes me just... my mind explode when I rewatch Jurassic Park, the original movie, because those also had computer-generated graphics, and that motherfucker was amazing.
Most of that was not actually CG. Most of that was actually mechanical. The raptors are actually dudes leaning forward in a suit, their heads in the neck, running fucking for hellbent, smashing into shit.
It was an amazing movie.
100%.
Yeah.
Much better graphics than anything else.
Well, if you use practical effects to augment your CGI, you come out with a better product.
Yeah.
Instead of just going, this tennis ball flies around the room.
Valid. Now, at the same time, both of the original
Not to
Mummy
the tennis
movies, I know there's 3.
It's totally a CGI.
I know there's 3
object.
Mummy movies. There are 2 Mummy movies as far as my wife is concerned. Mm-hmm. However, I forgot how much I loved the original Mummy movie.
It's awesome.
Brendan Fraser's not in it. It's not the Mummy.
No.
I
So
watched
we went and for my wife's birthday / a date night, I bought her 1999's The Mummy starring Brendan Fraser.
Yeah.
And I forgot how much I love how cheesy that movie is.
It's great.
And there's one fact about that movie
good.
There's one fact about that movie that's great. Super hot Magi dude was supposed to die when he ran down the hallway full of mummy zombie priests.
Yeah.
And that was like the last you're supposed to see him.
Yep.
The director said, no, he's showing back up in the movie. They go, what? Look at him. Look at him.
This dude looks like a fucking badass.
He brings all the girls to the yard.
I was like, that dude walks out. Like my wife said, that one of the most accurate memes on the internet is my sexual identity is 1999's The Mummy movie. And I went, okay.
Are we including the old guy who really wanted to die in battle and then ended up dying because he crashed his plane? Because that's my favorite character.
I love that dude. He's like, what happened? Everyone else died in the war, and yet I'm still here. It's like, what are you going to do? I'm going to fucking die with style.
Yeah, there's just there wasting away on boredom and booze.
So there's so many. That movie is so cheesy, so over the top, and yet I absolutely love it. And there's people like, the movie's problematic. It's like, okay, look, if you watch a movie set in the 1930s, and anywhere that someone that says, oh, my tea is just a little bit hot, let me add some milk, you're going to run into something problematic because they were problematic. Like, I love how, like, America, we look at British people like they're fops. We look at them like, oh, look at the British, we beat them. And then, like, the rest of the world's like, that's goddamn Darth Vader. And on that note,
beer.
Odds and evens.
Odds and evens. Even.
Oh, yeah, I was about to say odds.
6. It's a 6.
I saw a 9. And then I realized it was a D6.
All right, what do we got here? We got...
Oh, that's the gnome beer.
Gnome Gang. It's a Belgian style blonde ale at 9.5 alcohol per volume.
Wait, you say blonde at 9.5?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's why
I bought this in Lafayette, dude, and didn't read. Like, I saw gnomes and I grabbed the can because, like, even if it's not good, we got a gnome can.
It's adorable. Pretty good.
And then AJ goes, "It's 9% alcohol, dude." And I turn around, what?
All right, well, let's read the words. The mischievous gnomes of Belgian farmstead, Brassard d'Arch. I can't read those words.
Brassard d'Arch.
Brassard d'Arch.
I like Brassard d'Arch.
You made that word up.
Are at it once again. They dropped
Boudin,
by brewery Omgang and left behind a present of chaff yeast for our brewing team here in Cooperstown, New York. Combining their yeast in the primary fermentation along with our recipe, our brewing techniques, and our yeast in the can conditioning yields a unique, flavorful, aromatic dose of magic. If you know, you know.
So before we open this up or anything else, I'm going to go ahead and say, Bosch, remember 3 philosophers?
No.
You don't. You don't remember 3 philosophers? I brought like the really, really good one. Shit, that was the last beer we drank. Any case, they also make a beer called 3 Philosophers that is a mix of a Belgian triple and a Belgian cherry sour. That neither of those, like both of those, like okay, both of these are kind of sour. When you mix them together, they are not. It is just literally like, hey, you want canned wine, bro? That's like also 30% alcohol. Like, no, I buy it every Mardi Gras with a cigar, and then that's what I drink before the parade gets here. And then I stare angrily at college students who keep forcing the floats almost into the parking lot where we are at. And I'm getting to the stage, they back up because I got like super mean old man stare. Like I've leveled up. I had to forget like how to play an NES, but I got old man stare for my. It's super effective sometimes.
Super effective.
So 9.5% alcohol volume. We've had
Okay, show everybody the adorable ass can though.
Look at it.
It's adorable.
Look
you
at
want
it.
to take it closer for them?
Look at it.
It's too close.
The can's covered in gnomes.
It's too close. It's probably just too close.
It's just what happened. Ah!
This camera went black for a second. Oh, it's frothy.
Yeah,
That is a frothy boy.
I mean, if you pop something in the head, there might be froth that comes out. I like how Jed's looking at this somewhat concerned.
I'm always concerned when it's a lighter style beer, but it's also a high percentage. Because you know that they hit it, and they hit it in a weird way.
Get the phone, AJ.
Alright, so I had this a couple days ago. I didn't realize that I was going to be here. But I opened it, wasn't thinking anything of it, just opened it, took a swig, and was reading it while I was tasting it. I was like, yeah, it's pretty good. I read it, and I said, Hewitt, this is 9.5. You know that, right? And he goes, no.
Nope.
And he reached into the fridge and grabbed another one and goes, huh.
Interesting.
Shit, you're about to have a fun trip.
I'm going to drive soon.
Well, before we take his...
Well, let's take a sniff. That's lovely.
It's nice.
It's just lovely.
It's sweet.
So, yeah, sweet inside of beer.
Mm-hmm.
But, here's to, fighting, cheating, and stealing.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm definitely cracking open one of those other cans here in a minute. That is lovely. It's got a good Belgian note to it. It's got that little bit of a Belgian sourness.
So Mary drank like a third of it that night.
It's like the sour ending.
She was a little drunk.
It was really
by the end
good.
of it.
It was really good.
She was
but the front half is just so smooth and easy to drink.
It's really good.
I wasn't expecting, actually I was expecting this because the only light beers I've ever had that are this type of percentage, every one of them you're like, this is nice. This is 9.5? I've had 2. I haven't eaten all day. If I stand up, I will fall down. You are not okay. No, absolutely not.
Are you saying this is a
I
dirty
need some
joke beer?
bread.
Yeah, this turns you into a white woman.
It does.
I'm a drunk white woman now. Thanks, guys.
White woman's Instagram.
I'm gonna be the outlier. I don't really like it.
You don't care for Belgians.
Yeah, I'm not a big sour beer fan.
This isn't
Sour
that
in the
sour
back
though.
end.
This is more of a bitter note.
It
for me.
has a good sour bite at the back end. It's not
Okay, tail end of the tongue.
Yeah, tail end of the tongue.
Yeah.
It's not super hard, but it's there. And if it's not something you like, you're not gonna like this beer.
No, that's
Totally
100%. No, I mean, like one of my favorite thing is to get the Cinq Cinq of the Chimneys, the one that's in like the white and gold label.
Yeah.
I think
And that's the spiced
if it
one.
were like a little bit less alcohol per volume, it wouldn't have as bad of a sour note.
Belgian,
have you
Belgian,
guys-
all Belgian Trappist beers have a sour.
It's just how Belgian is.
Have y'all had the Homewrecker over at?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the only other, that's one of the only other ones that I've had that's like high percentage and light beer, and it has a lot of that feel to it, to where like I feel like it would sneak up on me very quickly.
No, you're definitely right about the front end of it being really good. It's smooth. It's
yeah.
just-
Yeah,
the back end doesn't do it for me.
You just gotta drink it fast if you don't like
you gotta
that
keep
part.
drinking it. That's
Dude.
the crux.
Well, obviously.
Yeah, done.
Yeah,
If
Done.
you just keep
Done and
drinking
done.
it,
It's good beer till you got to the end.
up until the end, you're like,
Yeah.
man, that was good up until I had to stop.
Guys, good news. Both of these, when I shook them up to agitate them a bit, both burped when I pulled the plug out.
Oh.
So that means the yeast is active.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
The
knew
vote
that.
could have
Right?
told you that.
No, it's not
The
bubbling
moose
as
should have
much.
told you.
Well.
But no, I'm doing it so that we make sure it's still staying awake, especially this one right here.
Wake up.
Because
If yeast falls asleep before you get through making the meat, you don't make meat anymore.
citric
You
acid-
just go to
okay,
sleep
so
too.
Citric acid.
all citrus has citric acid.
Yeah.
The problem is too high of a level of citric acid will kill yeast. That's why there's certain
The
ciders.
citric acid.
So like,
kill
when,
the yeast.
like we've used apple salt
Got
or
it.
apple water or apple juice. I was about to say apple water. We've used apple juice for the base.
I love apple water. You
That's
just
cool.
get that apple water, you put it right.
the apple water jeans.
Boots with the fur.
The kiwi. It's obviously kiwi. The one.
It's obviously cute.
Apple water jeans.
Uh-oh.
That's copyrighted music.
That is
Yes.
copyrighted music. What am I doing?
He's got to take a call. Jed went to the...
Life calls. So yeah, update. Our car boys, as you might have heard, burped as we shook them up and mixed the contents. They are frothy. That's the only way to describe them. It's going to be interesting. We're not putting any spices in these, are we?
No.
Are we putting any cayenne?
No.
No, just
cayenne.
straight
Okay,
nothing?
so the big problem with the spices we've actually added has been the cayenne. If we were to add another 2 pounds of honey per gallon, the cayenne would be necessary to make sure we're not getting a overly sweet mead. So what we're going to produce with the 2 yeast that we put in there is going to be a semi-sweet. It's not going to be dry. It's not going to be fully sweet. It's going to be a semi-sweet mead. The raspberry will be sweeter than the blood orange.
Well, naturally.
But we're not going to add any additional spices to it because we're removing all the possible culprits
That messed up the blackberry.
that messed up the blackberry. I mean, currently, right now, we also have another test batch. Currants.
Not currant. Currant would be good.
Currants would be good to me. You can use currants in there in place of sugar. You can throw a handful of them in there. But
Sorry.
I got another
That's all I
tester.
can
I
think
got
of.
another tester batch. I made ginger meat, like using actual ginger in it for primary. So right now it's in secondary, so that it will.
What are you gonna dub it?
Well, if it's
Ginger
sweet.
has no soul.
Well, if it's sweet, you gotta call it the gingerbread house.
Well, the thing is, I'm pretty sure that because I didn't
the
add a lot of spice to this one, but I was also concerned about how, because the carboy it's in was also the carboy the blackberry was in.
Ah.
So we're also testing that. So if that comes out kind of medicinal, I'm gonna be solid with it because I'll add it to tea, like I do when I have make a relaxation tea at the end of the day. I'll add that, and that ginger will clear out my sinuses. At the same time, the smell of the ginger tea cleared out my sinuses when I moved it into secondary.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
See, I didn't even know you made the ginger tea. Or the ginger.
It happens when I get bored at 8 o'clock at night.
Ah. So,
I get bored and I make things.
Like ginger tea?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
long story short, we're kind of going back to the basics. Just plain old mead, no extra spices,
break
nothing
it down
added.
Barney style.
Yeah, breaking it down Barney style.
Barney style?
Any ideas
Okay,
of what
so-
we might be getting for taste at this point?
I love you. You love me.
So right now, I can leave my hand on the side of this pot. It's still warm.
Yeah.
Really warm. However, somebody that actually has all the nerve endings in their fingers needs to actually put their hand on it.
The
I
Marine
said
steps
somebody
up.
that actually has all their nerve.
The Marine steps up.
It's not hot.
Let's go with the ginger-fingered salesman who sits at a computer all day.
That's what I was thinking. I type things into a computer.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It needs to cool down just a bit
Just
more.
a little bit more.
So the thing is, if you can keep your hand on the side of the pot, you're getting
Close.
close. The
Not
best
quite
thing
yet.
to do is actually have
Thermometer.
a thermometer.
You guys don't have thermometers?
We used to have a big ass beer thermometer, and
Is
then
there a
then I moved.
difference between like thermometer? What decides a beer thermometer?
Because I bought it from Northern Brewing.
Okay. What
And
type of
it's
thermometer would
it's
you
really
like
tall,
to use?
so
It's like an 18-inch long thermometer, so you
It's
put it in
Glass
the
or
bottom.
metal?
Yeah.
Glass.
Okay, I've got one of those too.
So
I've got the things.
any of these thermometers would be fine.
Okay.
So I'm just saying the one I used to have copious amounts of brewing equipment, and then there was movings, and also some of it went with Topher, and Topher had multiple movings. Like there is probably somewhere in his mom's house the original carboys that are 5 gallons. If we could find the 5-gallon glass carboy, I would say that would be a brouhaha worth watching. Is us making 5 gallons of something.
I blame Topher. I blame Topher.
Yeah, let's blame the guy that's not here today.
He's not here to defend himself.
And so he
all
is blamed.
agree.
This is
Huzzah.
one of the oldest jokes for me and AJ.
Yeah, it's
Is whoever's not there is the one we blame because they are not here to defend themselves.
I mean, after all, it is his fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't hear him saying it's not, so.
This is valid.
The defense rests.
I mean,
If Topher's watching right now, you
as
guys
much
are
as I would
jerks.
want to say it, I think it's Phil's fault. But
Well, yeah, that's where this all started. Was our buddy Phil? Because like back in college,
Phil, it's your fault again.
it was me, AJ, and Phil doing just about
the same.
Everything. And Phil would be the one who got like, I can't hang out, guys. I gotta go work at the horse farm in the morning. So like, I can't come do stuff. So then we're like, man, we can't.
Specific reason.
He worked at the ULM horse farm because
Sure.
I had a job on campus doing bullshit and a job off campus. Phil got a job working at the horse farm because of a buddy. Because ULM, fun fact, makes some of its money by selling horses that it raises to the Harris Downs.
Okay.
And whenever that horse wins or places in a certain place, ULM gets some of the proceeds.
You get royals because you're the breeder.
Right. So most of the horse farm has gone down. It's mostly cattle with shaggy-haired cows. They're not coo, they're not longhorn, but I want to steal one of the calves because they're just walking around with what's the dog doing?
Just hanging out.
What's that dog
This is
doing?
the best.
Is it a buffalo?
It's not buffalo. It's not beefalo.
Aw.
Okay. Fun fact on beefalo though. The Epps farm. Everybody knows about the Epps Safari Park.
Yeah.
That's been. I think it's still closed technically right now because the unpleasantness. Geronimo, their full-grown, oversized, full-grown male bison, keeps getting out and making beefalo on other people's farms.
I mean, it's a buffalo. It's hard to.
That's what I'd do.
He just kind of goes.
If I was a bison.
Other fun fact about Geronimo is
that's what I'd be doing.
Geronimo is the buffalo that taught me how big buffalo actually are.
Yeah.
Because we went there with Vincent, and I'm in the front seat.
Pause.
Yeah.
You can't start the conversation about it having beefalo and running around making beefalo, and then in the next sentence be, taught me how big buffalo are.
Yeah, I couldn't walk right for a week.
Phrasing. Just organization in your conversation. Like, shove in a story about beer or something. Like, don't go one to the next, because my brain went, yeah, he's running around impregnating other cows. How big are they, Hewitt? Dang!
I was thinking, because they have to drive through it,
Yeah.
that it must have been the vehicle.
It's a drive-through?
Yeah.
It's a drive-through safari park. Anyway.
You gotta get out of this somehow.
So
You can't just reach up there. You gotta take a whole car.
So
It's a drive-through. It's a whole quick
he has a thing
wham, bam, thank you, ma'am situation.
He has a thing for Subarus. Anyway, so the reason that I follow Geronimo on anything is because of the first time we met Geronimo. Geronimo is 200 yards that way. My mom is telling a camel no thank you as it decides it's going to steal the entire cup of treats. My son giggling immensely as a 3-year-old in the back seat. My wife telling the donkey, I will feed you when the camel leaves us alone. So like Emily is like, the camels are assholes. All camels are assholes. Fuck camels and alpaca. And llama. They are related. They are terrible giant they are dire goats and they're fucking assholes.
Yeah.
Plus they
those
spin.
guys.
No, I am 38 years old. I'm going on plus 20 years of a feud with camels. You gonna let Dewey out?
Yeah.
So in case, so all of a sudden Geronimo sees that we have snacks. And I mean, we bought like the 5-gallon ice cream bucket of snacks to give it. All of a sudden, Geronimo starts trotting over and like you hear the song, oh, Moto likes you. I like them big. I like. And the closer he gets, you start realizing I'm in a whole 1.5-ton SUV. I'm in a fat-ass early 00s SUV. And this bison coming up is making the SUV feel small. He comes up, puts his head straight through the window, rests his jaw on my thigh, starts sticking that like 8-inch tongue out and just using this tongue to scoop up pellets. I'm looking him in the eye. His jaw's on my leg, his eyes right here, his horn's right here, and he's like, sup, buddy. And I'm like, I did not realize.
What's up, buddy? Got my neck on your thumb, but you're gonna let my tongue hang out real long and
I'm over here.
And
I'm not I'm not a small man. And this buffalo's whole ass head is half my body. So then he just chills. Like my mom's like, I can't drive. There's a buffalo stuck in the car. Like the camel's backed off like everything is Geronimo's. Yeah. Everything is his. It's like Mufasa came down and the hyenas ran. Okay? And whole Geronimo head in my lap, never breaking eye contact, never blinking. I am staring into the eye of the abyss like someone in a sub and a giant squid comes by. And then gingerly, which is not something I expected for a creature this size, he removes his head out. I'm sitting like, this thing is about to gouge the fuck out of my mom's SUV.
Yeah.
And then sticks his head back in and licks me from like collarbone to hairline.
And that's why he has a cowlick today.
So no, same trip. We go around because like you go around this like little lake.
I ended his story.
Yeah.
That was a good end of the story. That was a good end. That was a good period.
Because his thing is Geronimo comes back.
Gross.
I know, right? So like we go through all the other ones, we go through this, and we come back, and we get through the Watusi cattle.
The what cow?
Watusi are the African cattle that have the big fat.
I don't need you to explain it. I want you to say the word again. It was a funny
Watusi.
word. It was a funny Watusi.
Anyway, so apparently that's what Geronimo's known for making beefalo with. Not yet.
Why?
Because it'll hurt the yeast.
No, I mean, how do you know?
Because
the yeast doesn't like having candle wax dripped.
No, I'm saying he didn't touch it.
No, not yet. Because he hasn't finished his story about
that's valid.
the Y2K things or whatever.
Anyway, so the Watusi cattle.
I almost just said Windusi.
So the Watusi cattle, we're over there, we're feeding them, and all of a sudden you just see coming back through, and all of them get out the way. And he just comes back over. My mom is like, I'm going to hold it out because I want to feed the buffalo. Gets snubbed. My wife holds a cup, I guess. He comes back, puts his head back in my lap, and looks at me. Hey, baby, where's my snacks? So Emily now assumes this 3-ton bison is my boyfriend. We go back 3 years later. We ride the bus for the tour. And I just go, hey, Geronimo. He is 200 yards away. Bitch, you're back. And just happily runs up. And then hops up into the bus. Front hooves over. Sticks his head through the window. Right here. Licks me the same way. And is looking at me like, yo, baby, where's my snacks?
Look.
Sure
if you get a big, dark brown man to show up to you, lick you right, and then just ask for snacks, I feel like you're required to give him snacks. Then you're obligated to give him snacks. That's a good dang lick.
So here's the deal. Every time I hear he's broken out, I'm like, Emily, we gotta watch out. My boyfriend's coming.
He's broken out again. He's gonna come over here and lick me up and down and ask for snacks.
He's looking for that cowlick.
Oh, dang. We just made that a dirty word. I like that. That.
This is why my wife should have been here to supervise us. Good job, sir. Touche. Let's do our last beer, and then I think it's time to.
No, we gotta roll.
1.
6.
What a quinky-dink! It's 1
And 6.
I do believe you're up.
Okay, hold on. How many of these that we drank tonight came from Flying Tiger?
3.
Half of them.
Half of them.
That is not bad.
Local brewery.
What the hell is
Represent
likes
on the
it?
trip.
Drop.
Support your locals. Local business is
Yeah,
good.
this is a brand new beer.
We're also probably going to kill these after we kill the stream.
Drip Drop. Coffee Baltic Porter. 9.2. What does it say? Nothing. 7th Square Coffee. Brewed with partnership.
Yeah, 7th Square Coffee is a local coffee place. They got their own little roaster.
That was just messy. That went everywhere. It got on my arm.
So this, 7th Square?
They remind you of Geronimo?
Yeah, it might remind me of Geronimo. Let me get a napkin because you're spilling.
But yeah, this just came out Saturday, actually.
Oh.
And I had some on Sunday, and I was like, well, I know what I'm bringing on Friday.
So, it is in the works. I'm hesitating to say anything because we still got like some logistical stuff. But one of the brouhahas we do want to do is visit and have a tour of a local brewery and have them, talk with us and
check out this can.
How they do it. And
Flying
Tiger's definitely on the list. It might be coming this summer. Like I said, we got a few other little things to work out.
Look at Flying Tiger and Flying Heart.
Put it back.
Oh, I think they both do it.
We also
Put it back in the fridge.
It's in the ice. We need to talk to two warriors and see what they're doing.
Still rebuilding. They've kind of worked some stuff out last I've heard, so
Good.
they're still in the process of rebuilding. I swung by there not too long ago. The building's in place.
Are they building in the same spot?
Yeah, same spot. They bought the whole property.
Right on.
And so they're not sharing it with a beer brewer anymore. They have
But that
the
beer
whole
brewery
thing.
was defunct.
Oh yeah.
I miss Washita Brewing.
Yeah. On the side note, they just did the ribbon cutting for an access to the Washita from the West Monroe side. Has a nice little pier and everything. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
I just read that.
All right. So wait, who rolled for this one? AJ's. How do we end up? Yep. Whatever. All right. Let's do this. You're doing the cheers.
To those that are here, to those that have fallen, and those that they left behind.
Cheers. That's coffee, all right.
What I love about this beer, and I'm gonna go first because I've had it a couple times to let y'all assess, is that when you're taking that first sip, it's like this is a beer, and as soon as it like rests on your palate, you're like, I feel like I just had a sip of really good cold brew. Mm-hmm. But like there's no bite to it. It's just a really good coffee flavor. And it's just deadgum refreshing. It's like they asked me, hey, Jed, would you like a beer that you wouldn't feel guilty about drinking in the morning? And I'm like, yes, I would.
Yeah, I was just it's like, this is a morning beer.
It's a morning
I'm going to say this smell and the aftertaste. Like once you swallow, I don't taste the coffee when it's in my mouth. I taste the coffee after I've swallowed it. But the taste and the smell reminds me of when I was a little kid.
Yeah.
And you would smell coffee being made in the morning. Like, my parents didn't drink coffee, but my grandparents did.
Yeah.
Or if I ever ended up going to the church.
Yeah.
That smell of, like, it's not great coffee, but the reason that coffee is good is because of who all's going to be sitting there drinking it together. Like, we could all sit here and drink a Natty Light, hate it, but that moment's still going to be good because all of us are together. And that's going to make the Natty Light taste slightly, actually like water. And not tainted water, and we could stomach it.
Beer with friends is better
moving
than
off of the subject of bad beer, this is really good. No, go ahead.
I'll pick it up next. This drink angers me because I want to know how much coffee is in this. Because this is something I'd wake up in the morning and crack open this week because I'm on spring break. Mm-hmm. And I want to know, is this going to could this have replaced my usual cup of coffee? Could I just crack one of these open and be like, all right, start the day off good?
Yeah, is this got caffeine
or,
in it? That's
what I want to know.
Yeah, this I feel like this might.
If it did, this is...
Like, if it does...
This is a brunch.
This just went up on the list.
It's a brunch beer. It's a good...
Okay, get this, put egg on top of the toast, some side, like, thick cut. Like, I don't mean, like, thick cut from the store. I mean, like, hand cut, thick cut artisanal bacon. I'm paying $15.
All right.
Go to Delta Biscuit, get their biscuit, like, sandwich, and this.
All right.
You'd have a good morning.
I'm picking up what you're putting down, but I want you to hear me out. This... with a beignet.
Oh.
A baguette? Oh, I'd be all about it.
Okay, hold on.
Baguette.
A beignet would be good, but also a bear claw.
I was born in
that would work
Mississippi.
too.
Like, the only reason is, my thing with a bear claw to me is slightly less sweet
my excuse.
than a beignet. Also, that, for Jed to laugh at, the cinnamon.
The cinnamon.
Prestidigitation. Now, here's the deal. If we have to fight the bad guy in that game, if I have no other action, if Phil's dying action, it's like, Phil, the rest of the party is down. You're standing before Finos. You have 5 HP. Phil, what do? I stand up and look the sun god directly in the face. Cinnamon.
If we somehow get out of that game without fighting the bad guy, because we've talked our way out of a couple fights already.
Yeah.
If we're able to talk our way out of the main bad guy of that fight, we are too good at talking. And I feel like we need to fight each other.
I'll turn the light on for him real quick.
I'm going to have to get... I'm going to have to get...
Hold on, now we've gone to the after hours edition of Brew Haha. We're just backlit by purple light.
we need to move these purple lights right behind the beers.
I do want to talk about the beer, though. I mean, the beignet is a fantastic idea. Having it with breakfast, yes. Early morning beer, definitely. I will say this. It is heavy and bitter.
I dig
it's
it.
It's a coffee.
I dig this.
Dessert kind of a thing, like you
hold
like coffee with a dessert.
Wait. A scoop of vanilla ice cream in this.
Wait. What's that?
Yes.
What's that Italian dessert with the lady fingers?
Tiramisu.
Tiramisu with this.
Yeah.
Tiramisu, which already has some coffee flavor to
baby.
it.
Hey! Frey has arrived.
Hi. We have adult supervision finally.
Too little, too late. She can't stop us now.
She can't unsay what's already been said.
Kyle, she knows where you sleep.
It's okay.
She knows where all of us sleep.
I know, that's a scary thing for y'all.
I sleep next to you.
I'm already doomed. I mean, I've looked into the void and said it's lovely.
I will say.
Just don't let her watch the vlog.
I always
Normally we're expecting like. What shocked me the most was price tag on this guy.
Oh no!
Threw me for a second because I wasn't expecting it. Because I just give me that because I knew what I was going in there to buy. Bought it, walked out, looked at the ticket. And I wasn't expecting a 4-pack for $16. It's a little steep.
That's a little high.
Hold on.
A little steep.
Where did you buy it at?
At the brewery.
Okay, so at the brewery or Tenori's, $14 to $17 for a 4-pack of certain beers is not a surprise to me with some of the beers I've drank.
Yeah.
Like Amber Waves of Pain being 12 to 14.
But this one's not going to hit stores.
No. But the thing with that is $14 that for a specialty release artisanal beer.
Yeah, then
it tracks.
Low volume.
That's fair. That's fair. I just after buying $8 6-pack, I was like $16.
So I will point out this is a partnership, so the profits are going to be split some sort of way.
That's also fair. I rescind it. I was just shocked. I wish there had been price tags.
Now.
That being
said, should have been a price tag. Should have told me before.
That being said, the price is a little steep for a 4-pack.
Before I swipe my card, I would like to know what I'm buying.
Okay, so before we actually do the honey, I need you to go to the shed. I need you to get one special beer that is still out there where we have drank it on stream once before, but we need to get the opinion of others, and after that we will rank the beers.
Hey, where are the others?
Well, we will rank the beers.
From the other side of the gate, dude.
One special beer. I hope I remember.
I'm the one that drinks behind.
The one that drinks
behind.
Dude,
you want to know the fun? We've got to play the Dresden game again.
Good.
I'm on this camera now.
After a year of not playing, we got to play the Dresden game again. So, have you ever read the Harry Dresden series?
No.
Okay, so there are monsters, there are fae, there are vampires, all this stuff. Mm-hmm. However, there are things that exist outside the gate. Mm-hmm. If it exists outside the gate, you are dealing with an eldritch abomination. And they come in threes. So Harry has to deal with something was sent after him called He Who Walks Behind. However, there's also another one he's dealt with called He Who Walked Before. But the scariest of the three is He Who Walks Beside. Because what's up with that is they all have different abilities that defy physics a little bit. So what I did is I created He Who Was, He Who Is, but the one that they all have to watch out for, and this is like the BBEG that they have been trying to make sure no one summons, and that is He Who Will Be. But they have met the progenitor of this whole chain, He Who Never Was. He Who Never Was fucked up the entire game to where now we're using a different system because they literally did a massive spell to slingshot an entity past the outer gate. Like, we are going to throw you to the monsters that make the monsters check underneath the bed. So they launched the spell.
When you say different system, do you mean like you switch from a D10 to a Dish 20?
We switched from Dresden Fate to Monster of the Week because of what they did fucked the world so hard. And it was glorious because like, hey, there's all these supernatural creatures that are starting to get out and all these other ones that want to get them in.
Did it fuck them as hard as Geronimo?
Yeah.
Okay.
So then they launch it and all of a sudden...
Answers.
So the thing is that my wife's character and Emily Roldan and Alabama's character fail their roles to notice something, which in this case is actually good. Christina's character, who is the focal point of the spell, the one who's basically pulling the bowstring of this giant thing back, looks directly into the eyes and the maw of he who never was, fires off the spell, and now still has nightmares and doesn't know why. Because anything that he who never was consumes never existed. They killed a long-term villain that had a finger in every game beforehand. Which means causing it to cease to exist broke the chain of reality, messed up time, and then because of that, and also because they wanted to start recording it to possibly stream it, and I didn't want to keep running Fate because they can produce 56 shifts. A cruise missile is 13 shifts. So give you an idea of how powerful characters got. So I'm like, if we're going to stream this, it's going to change. And then they did that, and I went, oh.
Perfect.
Yeah. Y'all literally threw God into the maw of oblivion. There's consequences. So now they randomly have headaches because there's two timelines that exist in their mind.
Gotta face the consequence.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Anyway, so now that I've told my dumb story, so that we can still let stuff cool.
I kind of want to talk this up.
All right, so you do it. You
All
be
right,
the.
We just had the coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Coffee always comes with breakfast.
We talked about
Breakfast
that.
is amazing.
We talked about that.
And so we have a breakfast beer. And I don't want to tell you anything about this beer. In fact, I kind of want to make you guys look away as I open this and pour it. Because this beer is amazing. Miro knows what it is. I know what it is.
My beer is amazing.
My beer is amazing. And some of you on stream have already seen us try this. You know our opinions. It is, in fact, a delicious beer.
See, got me.
I'm too good. Too good.
Oh yeah, there's this.
You're having some too?
Yeah.
We're all gonna have some.
Oh, I didn't know we're all gonna have some. I thought
it was just us.
I thought it was just us. I thought it was a punishment for.
Yeah.
No,
You guys
no.
didn't drink this last time. You guys had this.
No.
Fucking nerds.
And
That's what I was expecting.
I'll do the toast.
so, but before we go, I will say this is a very good beer. It is a breakfast beer. I will gladly drink it, divided in 4 ways.
This is not a beer you drink, and you do not drink the bottle of this beer by yourself. You split it. Like perfect thing is if you had 2 6-ounce cups of it and split it with somebody instead of one 12-ounce
I was looking
bottle.
at that one. It's like that's Blackish's shirt.
It is a dark beer.
So let's all
Here's the final toast.
So, to quote something from the Bob and Tom show from years ago. Yeah, toast!
Toast!
Why does it smell like cinnamon?
Oh god, it's good, but it's weird. It's so weird. It's good, but it's so weird.
I just saw that thing back of it.
It's the Abita French toast beer.
Yeah.
That's why it smells.
That's why it smelled like cinnamon.
So, I'll start with this one. There's a mild coffee taste, not strong. The biggest thing here is you get hit by butter. Then you get hit by syrup. And as it goes down your throat, the mouthfeel and the flavor left on the tip of your tongue is powdered sugar.
Yeah, okay.
And that was the weirdest thing when I drank this for the first time was drinking a liquid that made me feel like I had had a mouthful of powdered sugar.
I was trying to figure out what was on my tongue because I don't put powdered sugar on my French toast. Because I'm not a restaurant.
Not crazy.
I don't make
syrup.
I do it the right way.
But I got the cinnamon in the smell of it, and I got the butter and the syrup. I was mostly focusing on the syrup because I'm from the South and fat, and therefore butter is not a flavor. It's what's in everything.
Butter. You put butter in grits. If you add sugar, it's a travesty, and we will find you.
It's like, oh gosh, what's her name? God bless her soul.
Paula Deen.
Paula Deen.
I don't
We're gonna
know.
add a stick of love.
You can't say bless her soul after what she did. When she damn well knew what she did was not okay when she did it.
I feel like she got big enough in her head that she's like, I can say the things that are in my mind.
I can say that one word.
I'm gonna say the things that I'm
word.
thinking about, and no one's gonna get upset with me because I'm fucking famous.
She went, I am a rich old white lady.
I brought butter back. You're not bringing sexy back. I brought butter back.
Bringing butter back.
I didn't know she said anything bad. It's just Paula Deen.
No. Paula Deen dropped the N word with somebody like on the casual dropped it with somebody, and
it was when she had a show and everything was recorded on the back. Like they had some behind the scenes stuff, so it wasn't like a she said situation.
So,
she said it and
like,
hit play so I can all hear her say
receipt. Here's the receipt. Now,
here's
the problem. When that happened,
there was a stenographer on set
when that happened, was I surprised?
No, they used Mechanical Turks from.
No, she reminded me of my grandma, so I wasn't too surprised.
Okay, here's my thing: is a 60-year-old Southerner said something racist. Are you surprised? No. Should they have said it? Fuck no, they shouldn't have.
Do they do it all the time?
Surprised.
Yeah.
So, was it my family? Was it one of my kin? No. Okay. Well then.
I didn't do it.
Okay. So I feel bad about them.
Here's the thing. And I'm gonna be completely honest.
That is
about that beer.
I was about to ask what your opinion.
There was a time in my life where I tried a blueberry beer, and it tasted like blueberry beer. And the whole time I drank that blueberry beer, I said, never in my life would I think I want blueberry beer. But I'm not upset that I'm drinking this blueberry beer. But also, I don't know what this blueberry beer goes with. Because when you think beer, pizza, beer, wings, beer, hot dog, you've got food that connects with different things. We were talking about this beer when we're talking about breakfast food. We're talking about that beer. It's already a breakfast food. And so I don't know what it goes with.
I'm going to blow your mind. It goes with this beer.
Yeah, that beer goes with that beer. which is great for a drunkard, but confusing for a guy who's like trying to pair shit.
So, my mom just sent a text. She is very glad we all got to hang out and do adult activities. I did not tell her what we were doing. But she also says LSU has just won and they're heading to the national championship.
Right on, right on. The girls?
Just said LSU.
The girls are in like the Final Four, so right on.
I just like seeing people in Louisiana succeed.
No, 100%. No, but like, side note, if you don't tell your mom what you're doing and then she phrases it as adult activities, is it okay that I think it's dirty?
Right. Like, damn it.
We are adults.
You gotta say it like that.
We are adults. And this is an activity.
I want to drink that. That smells amazing.
I don't suggest it.
I want to drink that now.
You're going to get the poops.
I mean, if you drink that, you might as well drink a gallon of milk.
I love...
Ooh.
That's the throwback to when I said I was allergic to milk. Good job.
Okay. Hold on. I think this has to happen in the sink.
Probably.
Do you have a bigger...
When you're pouring water from a big jug into a small hole, you probably want a funnel. Also, you probably want to use a sink because you don't want to spill it all over your nice little
It's messy.
island. It's a mess. It's a mess.
Over here being now we can't see it on stream.
Look at my butt. We're pouring honey wine.
It's pouring.
The
water is flowing gingerly out of the pot and into the funnel that goes into the other the carboy. And that is how we get the water into the actual mead. Because if we don't get the water in the mead, it's
the microphone's over here.
Rinse that out.
Yeah.
All right. Well, now to do something that is traditional for me.
No.
Pot on your head.
Hey, just move it out of the way.
Oh, you're gonna drink the honey water.
It's not tradition. It's tradition for all of us at this point.
Honey water. I thought you were gonna put the pot on your head.
That's illegal.
It's not if you have a card.
All right.
I guess that's.
While we're doing the tradition, next up is the blood mead. As we prepare.
Well, everybody's got to take a hit out the cauldron. I mean, all we're doing is drinking water with honey.
It's honey water. It's nice.
It's going to soothe your throat,
Makes you feel good.
just like Geronimo.
A big old tongue just
That's
licking you from chest to
Just like
chest to
drunk.
tip.
I'm going to lick you from your chest to your nose.
Lick me from
Hey, just like, don't look at me.
God!
It's
Why you gotta make all these jokes when I'm trying to drink out of
Geronimo's
Pot.
gonna take you to the candy
the
shop.
cauldron?
It's a honey pot.
He's gonna lick your lollipop.
Then I'll get caught, dude.
I'm just saying, I am 90% sure this is witchcraft. We have a cauldron, we have ingredients, there's lots of, like, stuff.
How much can you drink of that?
All of it.
I mean,
It's just
we're not
honey
pouring it
water.
out yet.
I mean, there's a lot of sugar in there.
Hey, don't we need this for the next thing, or are we just
No, we
using
got the
that?
next thing right there. We did two pots.
Okay.
No, it's
There's always a lot left.
there's more left in it this time because we had
Yeah.
a full cup of another liquid.
Yeah.
All right.
And I
Feel
made
like-
the dumb mistake of filling it up.
Feel like
Yep.
dipping it in there.
Yeah.
And like
I got bingo.
I just rinsed this out. You want me to just grab it?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
pour
just
it
do
in?
the thing.
You want to pour it in there?
Yeah. There's a little bit of that,
I rinsed it out. Oh, that's too much.
I'm good,
dude.
I'm good.
Dude,
I'm good. This is a lot.
it's gonna hurt your body.
Can't hurt your body.
Oh shit! Don't drop it.
Here, I got it.
We're paying attention to two things. It's hard. I'm a man. I'm not allowed to multitask.
All right. I need somebody
No.
to fill the airlock slightly because
what?
now water. So, AJ, move.
I am.
So,
how do you
Both
do
of those need this.
How do you
So
do the
you
thing?
you pop the lids.
So we need to shake both of them.
But we need good water?
No.
Okay.
Technically, another thing we could do is fill those with vodka. Because anything that got in them, you hear that? Was that audible?
Yeah. How much do I put it in there?
That's enough.
Okay, we got enough.
Okay. Did you just spit blood orange all over me?
It did. I know, it's good.
All right.
Oh shit, that's tasty.
So,
I'm
You
ready
shove it
for
in there?
yeah,
You
just
just-
shove
you
it.
just
Shove it in the bung.
Put it in the bunghole.
That's okay. It's not technically a bung hole. That's on the side of a
You
barrel.
guys shove it in there really hard?
So, we might have done this a little warm, but that's not too bad because most of the yeast can handle up to 90-ish.
This is healthy.
So, to everybody that watched this, thank you. We're going to let this sit for just a little while.
I have way too much in this go.
Yeah, no, dude. That's
Actually,
what I was saying.
We need to add just a tiny bit more.
Both of them?
Yeah. Because there's these little things on the side.
Yeah, there's lines there, and that's why I was asking. Like, hey,
I couldn't see from that far away. I apologize. So we're going to stick these in a nice place to ferment for the
What's
next.
the purpose of this?
Okay. Pause what I was saying. What this does is that there is a chamber of air.
One-way valve.
Yeah, it makes a one-way valve. Right here through this cylinder is
Yeah, first one.
is empty air that goes straight into our carboy. This cap allows the air to come up through there, but the water is down lower than where the vent ports on the cap are. So as this burps, It'll come up, come out, shoot through the sides, and cause this lid to bounce. But because there's still water, we have now created an airtight environment. Which means nothing else gets in here to fudge up the mead. So,
The only weird air that's in there is just this weird air.
yeah. So what we are about to do
So
is...
probably could tell us farting while we were doing the thing.
So we're going to
Whoa,
put
it
this...
tastes like
directly
farts.
in there.
If the mead tastes like farts, we'll blame Jed. So this is what we're going to be... We're going to put this away. We'll let this sit for a month or a couple months. There'll be some secondary racking and all that so we can clarify it. And then sometime this summer, we'll be able to try both these meads. And let's see. So our socials, if you look here on Twitch or on Facebook or on YouTube, we are Team Bonus Action. If you go to Twitter, we are at bonus_team. You can also go to our website, teambonusaction.com, and see a bunch of information about us. You can also see who we're partnered with, because today's the last day. If you donate to us, it goes to the Trevor Project, and that's a worthy charity. Helps displace LGBT. Yeah, helps displace.
It helps kids. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
That have some family issues. If you donate to that, we would greatly appreciate it. So yeah, if let's see, schedule wise, this Saturday or this Sunday we will have a team bonus action, team bonus action roundtable. We'll be talking about terrain, whether or not theater of the mind or physical terrain or graph paper, which you prefer, plus bonus, whatever. We'll be talking about that, and then we'll be back with Holy Winds.
Or will they? Because it's April Fool's, and you'll know.
No, the next outtakes will drop on April Fool's. That's why April Fool's is tomorrow.
Yeah.
Sunday.
Or will they?
Bruh.
I don't know.
Anyway.
Brother.
Watch out, brethren.
Shit.
Anyway, so that's what we got coming up Monday and Thursday. We'll be back on our regular schedule with Holy Winds and Tears of Kairos. And everybody, since Knox is not here, don't let your meat loaf.
But we don't have anybody in there to actually turn off the stream, so we're gonna sit here and stare at the camera awkwardly.
Somebody was drinking mead honey right out of it.
Oh, we missed something.
What?
Somebody chatted. Hi, what you cooking? From say Anna.
God damn, Jed.
It was the honey, dude.
Thanks
You put way too much honey water in my cup.
He goes more, and I was like pouring more, and I was like, hey,
Way too much honey water in my cup. I'm just gonna into the chemical.
oh no, it's not a honey. Dude, I feel like these things are more efficient than whenever we were kids, because keep warm feels like hot.
Yeah.
Keep hot. Keep this shit hot.
Keep this shit hot.
Moved one of these over here because
What is it, a juicy?
no, that's one of them gnome ones.
Oh, no one?
It's holy shit, dude. This one left in there just because
It was really good.
it really was. Whenever they say drip drop, it definitely tastes like drip coffee.
Yeah.
And they're not fucking around with
We're
that.
not fucking around with that. I was really, really excited about how much that tasted like drip coffee.
It is honestly ridiculous, and 1,000% mean it whenever I say it's $8 for the biscuit at Butter. I mean, not Butter, but Delta Biscuit. It's like biscuit sandwich. It's got like a fucking fried egg on it.
Yeah, yeah.
And all that shit. It's fucking good.
Yeah.
So that thing with that.
I've had two things at Butter so far, and they've both been amazing. At Delta Biscuit so far, and they've both been. Wait, no, I've had three things at Delta Biscuit. They've all been amazing. So like, I wouldn't doubt.
The last thing I had was a damn. Mary came home with she goes, I brought you a sandwich.